Flight boss, bitch, you know, for sure. You're not listening to the Mind of an Antares Moon. I'm the Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And right now, we're going to talk about space travel. Where are you? Now, this video maybe not as physical as a lot of other videos. Like, it's not dense at all. So, let's get into it. Now, as far as we talking about space travel, where are you? Now, we know it's a locational thing. So we're going to be breaking down a few things in this this video right here. We know it's a locational thing right here when we talk about space travel. You know what I'm saying? And the way you look at location is so external, you may not understand. And I fall short just by even using the word location. You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, these are certain things that it just is what it is. Like certain words and frequencies that you use, you have no choice but to use them if you're vibrating on that level. You see what I'm saying? So when we want to talk about, now first of all, now there's certain things a lot of humans can't see, and it's due to their ascension. A lot of times it's due to their past experiences in all existences, and a lot of times it's due to like how they're vibrating. Because here's the thing: when we want to talk about food in general. Now, there's no right or wrong to anything, but you need to get clear. If you're spiritually inclined, you need to get clear on what's actually going on. Everything is frequency, vibrations, and energies. So it is not. So that tell you right there, it's not what you're eating, it's how you're eating. And whatever vessel you're in, you're actually getting trained. So when we want to talk about stuff like beings coming back here and being an oversoul and things of that nature, just look at the basic concepts, right? You have a lot of bugs, right, that eat little things of the earth, that eat the thing, because we all planet eaters when we come here. I don't care what you are. If you wasn't naturally grown from here, and you ain't part of nature, aka Earth, and that's just an Earth prospect. You know what I'm saying? Wherever you at has a nature. Earth nature is going to be different from other natures. So anybody who's into religions that's clinging on to nature too much, they clinging on to this Earth existence or this vessel too much. Still, it doesn't matter. So look, check this out. Now, when you look at the bugs, they eat all the little shit off the earth, right? Then you got certain animals that eat the bugs, right? So all the minerals and the stuff that the bug that ate from the earth, that's how the animal get it. Now, remind you that the animal is in a higher consciousness, is vibrating higher, and is in a higher vessel than the bug. So it's more consciously aware of this reality than the bug. So with the bug then scraped up, the animal had got through the bug. Now, once they didn't raise in certain consciousness, you got certain animals that eat the same animal. That eat other animals. Now, with those animals may have the animals that eat other animals may be of higher conscious levels, right? So all the intake and minerals and vitamins and nutrients that the lesser being took up off the earth, the higher being extracted through that. Now we get to humans, right? Now you wondering, we're not supposed to we're supposed to save the earth, or we're not supposed to kill the animals and eat the animals do this, that, and the third. Listen, if you are a carnivore, that's the level of consciousness you're at. So if you are a human being living in a vessel and you never came to the conclusion of eating meat, or you're running away from the conclusion of eating meat, and you only want to eat fruits and minerals of the earth, and you want to extract it the way you want to extract it, here's what's happening. Here's what you're really saying. You're really saying, no, I'm the greatest animal of this planet. I'm gonna take all the fruits and shit of this planet. Now, as a human, you already have that concept. Now, the thing is, you just have other humans who came here and learned how to intellectually take charge of these things faster than other civilizations. You see what I'm saying? So you have ones that may kill a certain amount of animals or cut down a certain amount of trees or this, that, and third. So they're basically doing what you're doing. You're just doing it more naturally. You see what I'm saying? So what happens here is you're just being the better animal. So you're eating like an animal. Animals eat natural fruit and things of that nature. If you are a connoisseur, then it's natural for your vessel to think of killing a lower being, a lower conscious being, and to eat them. That's why that's why they say don't eat pork, don't eat pig, because it's the way they do it. Now they are genetically modifying the food, but a lot of times your idea about genetically modifying is wrong. Now don't get me wrong. Anytime you have an intellectual being processing a food in a certain way, yeah, they can have an agenda, but the agenda isn't the intent. The intent behind it is everything, but the intent that you eat is behind everything. So if you know your intentions is telling you that's not my right vibration to eat, then that's not. But if you got like a vibration that's telling you I want a hamburger or something like that, then it's no genetic modification can affect that hamburger. If your general vibration say, because you may have a family member that was a piece of that cow, and it was just calling you, or you may have certain things your spirit's supposed to experience eating that hamburger because that's what you're vibrating with. And if you choose to disregard that frequency vibrate, then you're disregarding your spiritual path. So you could be going lower by not eating certain things. You see what I'm saying? Now don't get me wrong. You can get certain genetic modified food that make you eat and then make you think and make you come up with conclusions to make you think. If you watching me right now, you'll probably use me as an example to keep eating hamburgers. No, you do everything as in a balance. You're not supposed to go on one side of the charge. You ain't supposed to go too far on this side, too far on that side. We already live in an unbalance. That's why we got a fucking axis. But you see what I'm saying? It ain't about what you eating. You can eat whatever you want. Some people eat ashes. Some people just eat grass. Some people eat rocks. You know what I'm saying? If that's what they're vibrating with, then that's something that they have to experience, and that's what's going to make them full. But if you're running away from what you're vibrating with based upon what you have learned, what you've seen, or what someone else have taught you, then basically you have been absorbed in someone else's intellectual property. You see what I'm saying? And you are you. Now we're gonna break this down even more, because everyone should have their own space within the space, and everyone has the opportunity to be a soul, a oversoul. But a lot of people is just now having a human experience, so they're just now in training, so they have to be an undersoul for a while in order to come there. You see what I'm saying? Just like animals is, if you see an animal is in a vessel of being trained to be a human. You see what I'm saying? Now, to give you an example, the solar system you in, that's an overall being. Like when you walking around, I want you to look at it like this. You are in something, like you are in like you're in an ocean, but you're in a bubble or something within the ocean. So you know there's something outside the ocean, right? Now, there's a lot of beings within the ocean. So look at that like solar systems and Milky Ways within space. Look at space like a ocean. We know that there's many different oceans around the world. So just look at space as one Pacific Ocean, right? Like a frequency ocean, right? You stay in something within that ocean, in just that Pacific Ocean. Now, there's a lot of species and things that's in the ocean. Now, the thing you live in, which is our solar system, is a reptilian-looking being, a reptile-looking being. You see what I'm saying? That's carrying a lot of duality energy. You know what I'm saying? Twos and shit like that. And and the reptilians created the grays. You know what I'm saying? The gray aliens, which just mean it's a gray area. Anytime there's a gray area, that's a person who's stuck between both sides of something. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at the duality of things and things of that nature that come from reptilian natures and secrecy and things of that nature, that's the part of the energies that came together to create the grays. Now that's getting sidetracked. Now when we want to talk about as far as being in this realm, right? Now, where are you located? Where are you at? Everything is like everything, since we know everything is space within space, we know everything is portals. So we know everything is going into something. So we know you're not genuinely going into something with anybody. You're always going into something by yourself. That's why when you go within, you can't go in but by yourself. But when you go within by yourself, you actually get connected with the all. You see what I'm saying? But look, check this out. Now, reason why I say where are you, because me having an oversoul experience, this is why I don't see things the way y'all see things a lot of times. And people who come at me who still mad about Kemet Islam, the Muslims and stuff, because I'm not having a human experience a lot of times. So a lot of times I don't have a good way of explaining what I see in the human experience. You see what I'm saying? Like when I'm talking about spaces within the spaces, like here's something I see that I never say because y'all might not understand it, but I'm finna explain it now. There's actually a fabric that you give off that you can actually see, and the fabric that you give off blend in with the fabric that you're in. So it's like something come off you and it start to blend in with you're in, and it start to take shape and form of the realm of reality you in. And really it looked like little, you could say particles or little white souls, a little white, but it's just like a bunch of, you ever seen what's that, not graffiti, but just like little sparkles. You ever got, alright, like somebody got knocked out, or if the lights is too bright and it make you see everything glistening, that's how it looks. But you are able to, your thoughts and feelings create the shape and form of it though. You see what I'm saying? Of that, the little fabric that start happening. You see what I'm saying? So look, here's what happened as an oversoul, from an oversoul perspective. Now, it's hard to explain to y'all in like this kind of way. So basically, when you say when everything is a portal, right? So say realms of realities are portals, right? So realms of realities consist of lights, consist of mist. Mist is, and that's how it looks too, the fabric, like mist. Lights, it consists of mist. Mist is the combination of fire and water coming together. That's where earth and air even come from. You know what I'm saying? So this is what you're all seeing. And you're caught in portals in between the fire and water coming together. You see what I'm saying? That's another video though. But that's how we got bubbles, everything. But let's just talk about you going within. Now everything is a portal. So a portal, a realm of reality, you need a hole, a black hole, or you need a hole to even go in a realm of reality. To create a hole, you create a portal. So how you create this is what a portal is. Now basically it's like a portal consists of mist, like fire and water come together. Mist is a form of light and a form of like water, like. So it's feelings and emotions and it's thoughts and it's ideas. So it's like intellectual properties. It's like an idea, thought form, and a feeling and a vibration that come with it, right? That's a realm of reality. Now to create a portal is when you give attention to it. You give your light, you give your energy, your frequency to it, right? So like I was saying before, that little fabric that happens when you give your light to it, your mist to it, it creates that little portal. Now that portal is a hole. So when you go in it, now as an oversoul. How I look at it, I don't see you no more. I just see you going in, and whatever you went in got expanded. Now what you went in was an oversoul. You see what I'm saying? You gave your power, your energy to an oversoul. You gave your power, you gave your intent, so now you took your own space and combined it with a space already, when you could be your own space. This is what we be talking about when we say take your power back and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? But that's another video. Now when you went in, you created a portal and you went in that realm of reality, right? So when you went in that realm of reality, now you are absorbed in those theologies, those ideas. So when you play out your perception in whatever vessel you in, see, that's where you located on the space. We ain't even talk about physical. Let's get down to 3D now. So now when you are an animal, bug, or a human, or whatever like that, and whatever vessel you are, whatever planet that's Earth-like, or wherever you are. See, my shit just not Earth-based, but let's get physical. Now you're gonna play out through this body the vibrations and the frequencies of the realm of reality you in. So just think about it. That's what everybody is doing. You could be a Hebrew, you could be a person in the Kemet, Christianity, Islam, whatever you're doing. You took your space out of the equation and made your space part of another space, aka an oversoul. So these have oversouls. So this is why I be saying shit like, the only person who Tahuti, ain't nobody gonna fly but Tahuti, because you made Tahuti orbs bigger. So as an oversoul, that's why I see things the way I see it, and I talk the way I talk about it when I'm talking about it, when I'm talking through it through a human experience. Because it's almost like up there, I'm looking at it like, y'all niggas weak as fuck. Y'all niggas want to be a part of something when y'all don't understand, you just had your own space. Why did you give your space up? Well, I'm about to just come take your little space then too. Your little space in orb and vibration, and make my space bigger, because you didn't dissipated. That space where you was at is empty now. Anybody could come take that space. You see what I'm saying? And it plays out on earth. If you're in a vessel, anybody could, like, when, say for an example, say you don't really want to do something, you kind of undecided, and somebody wants you to do something, but you keep throwing that undecided energy. That's like you taking your space, absorbing your space into them. Somebody gonna decide for you. So they're gonna be like, all right, no, nah, nigga, we doing this. Well, we gonna do this. I'm finna come get you. And you're not gonna reject it. You see what I'm saying? Because you was carrying too much of an energy of not knowing your own space, your own circumstance, your own vibration, your own 360. You see what I'm saying? So it plays out like that. So as an oversoul, we understand circumstances, realms of reality. Now, I need you to understand this too, because people keep conflating with like, to even think of the oversoul experience, you keep conflating how it is in the human experience with the no, it's nothing alike, but it's everything the same. Like, for an example, say you're running around, like say you're walking around your family, right? Look at it like, remember how I was saying the sun is like the head, is the head of something. You see what I'm saying? The moon is the soul, the representation of something. The Mercury is the throat. And each solar system is one whole being. That's like really what it is. So you are a solar system. That's why it's good to step outside and do a 360 with your hands spread out. Even maybe do a jump in 360, because you do the full circumference of a star. And when you jump and spin and do the full circumference of a star, it takes shape and form of a Merkaba. Tetrahedron, whatever it's like a triangle, square, circle, everything at one time. When you stand like this, like a star, and say you do a full 360 jump, all spread out, and then come back on your ground. That's you do a Merkaba, basically. You do a Gehetratron, whatever y'all in languages y'all call it. Y'all know what, like, there's people on earth who may explain me better. Like, I'm so right brain, like I don't even know how to put what I see into words, but what I do, but I'm expressing to y'all. You can't never say, you can go to my oldest videos or whatever, and I'm expressing to y'all what I am. Now, people who could put into words better explaining shit like who I am, is like, you may have people like Indians, like it's an Indian guru on the internet, you know what I'm saying? You got people like I don't know, I gotta look, but it's people who know how to put this shit better into words. They more left brain, so they know how to put this shit into words. I don't even know how to express this shit. I don't even give a fuck about language. But the reason y'all understand me and resonate with me because either you experienced it before, or you're part of my soul group. You see what I'm saying? Now, like, look at it like how I was saying with the planets. Like, you the head, the Mercury, the throat, and stuff like that. Since you're in the being that got the same, like the solar system, you can only see the inside of it. So you're just seeing the lights. That's like things inside of you. You're just seeing the lights. So since you feel like there's other things outside of you, you can see the form of it because you're on the same conscious level. So this sun and the solar system is carrying, as it being a whole being, it see other solar systems as a whole form. So the same way, for an example, you are a solar system, or you are a universe within inside, on the outside, on a higher dense, you're like a mini solar system. So your kids, your family, when you are around your family, look at it like that, the complete solar systems. So when you looking at people's heads, looking at people's faces, that's looking at suns. You're looking at suns. So really, you just like a head. Just forget the body for a second. You just a head, a mind, floating around other people. You're just a sun floating and rotating around other people's suns, aka your family. That's why you don't, in this realm of reality, the way it look, you don't go too far away from your family. You always come back to your family. It's like relative. But the realm of reality of how you do that is, you might got a job, you might go to the store, and you all come back to a place, but it's like all relative. But this is your relatives. But it's all relative. So you're rotating. So anytime a sun leaves another, just like a planetary, like for an example, like a planetary alignment, that's a being, a sun. Now the other beings, other suns, is this sun family. So they're rotating around each other. Same way the planets is rotating around this sun as a being. Now this being is rotating around other beings, aka solar systems, it's suns. And how he know the location, they looking at each other's face. The sun. You looking at somebody's face, you looking at somebody else's sun. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Somebody's head. Their orb. You see what I'm saying? This is how I'm coming with the conclusions of the civilizations of light beings and dark beings coming in as gods, as certain take a shade beings and things of that nature. This shit is deeper than how y'all can even think. I'm trying to rise y'all to these levels though. You see what I'm saying? So it's relative. So anytime someone leave their planet, I mean leave their family to a whole nother location, you know what I'm saying? They stay there in thought. They may call back. They don't lose detachment or something like that. So that's like in the realm of reality of an oversoul and stuff like that. The way we look at that is like a string. It's like a web. So that's like the further away a planet may leave and travel to another location and experience another family or things of that nature, or a sun. You see what I'm saying? But it stay connected to where it was at based upon, it's like a web. It's like an energetic web through space and through portals and shit like that. You see what I'm saying? So that's how we stay connected. It's the same shit here, just more of it. Like that's all I can really explain to y'all. Like if you really want to understand the concept, just look at the little shit you do here and expand it. It's like just more of it. You see what I'm saying? So like, where are you? A lot of times, that's where I be looking. So if you're part of my soul group, I see you. And a lot of times I see y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's comments, it's views, it's emails, you know what I'm saying? It's representations of so soul group, that's not the issue right here. What the issue is the people who are lost. The people who have forgotten the space that they was originally located at, and may have went into a location that they and got into an occult spiritually that they can't get out of. You see what I'm saying? The things is real deep. And the oversoul, and see, a lot of times people like me come here and have to look at things and put things in perspective, because it's like I'm being attacked by y'all oversoul. You know what I'm saying? I'm not being attacked by beings and humans a lot of times. That's what make me say shit like, a lot of times I don't even see the person, I just see the spirit that they're carrying, or the energy that they carry. So I don't attack the actual person, because I'm bigger than that. That's why I'm able to see that. You see what I'm saying? But I'm just actually putting it into words for y'all, putting it into examples. A lot of times I'm attacking and a lot of times I'll be looked at as weak because I came back in a vessel and shit. Like I'm in a motherfucking vessel. So a lot of these motherfuckers, a lot of beings that I used to kick it with and shit like that, still not physical. You know what I'm saying? So they come attack me in certain type of ways. So, but by me able to see that realm, that's why I'm able to make videos about and tell y'all about shit and shit like that, about the shit I'm going through. But a lot of times the shit I'm going through ain't even physical. That's why, and I experience more of that realm than this realm, because this is one of the first times on this kind of earth. I've been through a lot of realms of realities, but just on this earth, I've seen a lot of souls get absorbed and get took. And it don't make any motherfucking sense, because the oversoul that y'all giving power to, these motherfuckers is just like you. Jesus, look, Tupac is a motherfucking oversoul right now. He may not be a big expansion one, but he's an oversoul. Look, that motherfucking Jesus is an oversoul. You could go to that, and you could go to that punk ass motherfucker every day and look at examples of how he just like you. Like oversoul is next from human. That's not even the furthest away shit. But if you're a human who have to experience being a human 1,000 more times, you may think that's a long time, but 1,000 years ain't shit, yo. That ain't shit. Like, everybody really getting ready to get there if you wasn't there already. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the oversoul. That's just the next shit. You being an oversoul now, just in a smaller mechanism, less in a more dense physical way. You know what I'm saying? You care for people, right? You take care of a large group. The more people you can care for, the more people you can cover over, the more people you can have under your under the idea of you. Just like look at Tupac. Tupac. People cling on to his memory, right? So anytime somebody listen to Pac, anytime somebody add Tupac in their name, anytime Tupac are able to, anytime Tupac vibrations or anything, anytime a human attached to Tupac vibration, Tupac is able to access that person's life and realm of reality and circumstances. And if you're not using the frequency that Tupac has emitted, how Tupac wanted you to admit it, then he's going to create bad circumstance in your life. So you can stop using his name, or come to a realization and leave him the fuck alone. Or if you're using it in the right way, he'll come and give you the positive frequencies from him. So and you will receive the positive benefits of his energies and vibrations. You see what I'm saying? But Tupac is aware of this. But Tupac is having another experience right now, and he's able to see more of the spectrum. He like I said, he's a higher conscious light. So you're consciously aware of more of the reality. So which, as a human vessel, which you're consciously aware of, you could kind of perceive that a little bit. So because you're in training, just like animals could kind of perceive a human a little bit because they're in training. You see what I'm saying? Then you go to the next place. You see what I'm saying? So anybody attaching Jesus and accessing those some fat, big, giant motherfuckers up in there. It's like the beings there is large compared to you, but if you was there, it'll seem just like you. Same way you got tall humans, small humans, you know what I'm saying, midget humans, animals. It's the same way there. It's just more of it. Like, it's the only way I really can explain it though. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Where are you located? You know what I'm saying? Flight boss, bitch. Goddamn.